This is a short video. I am just going to show you how to link your responses to a sheet and then turn off your response collection. You should only turn off response collection if you have the minimum number that's required for the project. If you don't, I'm going to have you skip that step for now, and then you will need to collect more responses and go back through this process. So first, I like to have it turned off. So go to published. And then where it says accepting responses, click on that little button until it says not accepting responses, and then say save. Next, go to your responses here, and we're just going to link this to Sheets. I'm going to change the name of this to Student MH 2023 because that's when the data was collected. It's just easier to have shorter names for your data sets. And so I'm going to do that and say create. And it's going to create this new sheet for me. You can see that form responses is here. And so this is, if this form were to still be active, people could continue to respond and I would see these responses here. Now, one thing that's important to note is that when this is linked, so right now you can see that there's an option to unlink this form. That means that it is currently linked to this form, to this Google form right here. The problem is that if you go to questions and you make any changes, so let's say you decide for some reason to change this right here, it's going to reset anything you did in changing this, this row right here that has titles in it. So it's going to overwrite any changes that you make. I'm going to go through and make changes to these names. And so if you make changes then to your survey, it's going to undo all of that work. So just a heads up. Once you've collected this, or once you've set this up, you can go ahead and go to unlink form if you'd like to. If you're in a group, you're only going to make one copy initially, and then just go to duplicate, say duplicate right here. And then I just like to call this clean data. You could even change this to raw data if you wanted to. And so I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to click and hold and move this clean data to be my first sheet in my workbook. And then this you're not going to touch. You're going to leave this as is. That way you can always go back and make sure that you didn't do something incorrectly with your data. So you can always go back to your raw data set. So now that I have those set up, if you're in a group, you're going to, at this point, go to File, make a copy, and then go ahead and do, just for the Sheets version of it, I want you to do student MH 2023 or whatever your name is, and then put underscore and your name. That way I know who is in a group and then what your individual data set is. And then you're just going to choose your folder. So I would click here and I'll go to all locations. And let's say I want to put it in my drive. I'll just say select and make a copy. And then you'll work in your individual copy, but you're welcome to work with your group on that information. So now, if you are done collecting data, you can go ahead and go to unlink form. That's optional. I'm going to say unlink. And notice that it no longer has that little symbol for the form anymore. So I'm going to stop there, and then I'll continue in the next video.